Hi everybody, I'm Scrap, and it's been about a month without new patches for Albion Online. They are taking their sweet ass time to build out something new, and I think it's because they're preparing for the next big update. But for now, we finally got some changes for the game, so let's get right into it. This is something that I've been waiting for years. The world map, the region map, and the minimap now display the region name, the zone type, and the region tier. Let's go! Now I don't have to open the whole map to check the map tier. Next, they fixed some important UI problems, specifically an issue where the player, the guild, and the alliance names were not clickable in some menus. So basically you could not use them, but don't worry, it's fixed now. We have a couple of spell fixes in some weapons and armors, like the Steel Gaze staff not stunning enemies that were hit while channeling. The dual nature ability from the Forge Bark staff had an issue where targets with crowd control immunity could still sometimes get rooted by the ability. The Assassin Shoes were fixed because sometimes the damage would not be dealt to mounted players. The description of the Grail Seekers wasn't accurate. Now it correctly states that the cooldown is double after recasting, or the Blue Flame Torch not increasing the bonus damage as intended. So you're telling me you release a whole new crystal weapon without the goddamn stats? And the last thing is that they fixed an issue related to the eat a certain amount of fish journal missions, where those could be completed by casting spells while wearing fishing equipment. And finally the 27 guild season ended, like 2 seasons ago. But it ended, and the status of the winners have been erected in Conqueror's Hall. And now it's time for the combat changes introduced in this patch. All arcane staffs. The range of the magic chalk has been increased. The longer range means you need to commit less in dangerous situations to apply the interrupt effect. The basic bow. The enchanted quiver's bonus damage granted when there's enemies nearby has been decreased to give opponents a more effective counterplay option. And across all bows, the multi-shot ability has had its damage reduced. But it balances out, because now the slow no longer applies diminishing returns, except if you already applied a slow effect on that enemy, like from the Frost Shot ability. Okay, but what does that mean? Well, before the patch, every time you use multi-shot, the slow duration was decreased. But now that's not the case. Now the slow duration is consistent to make the slow relevant in extended fights. But the catch is that if you use Frost Shot and then multi-shot, then the slow duration of multi-shot will get decreased. And you know what? I don't get it. If you don't use Frost Shot, then this is a huge buff. Why are we buffing the bows? Have you seen this shit? The Death Givers. This is another weapon that has been a ganking meta for a long time, and they have been especially powerful in 1v1 content, so they reduced the damage from Ghost Strike to help other weapons compete. The Infernal Staff. The fear duration has been buffed again, for both the initial target and to enemies who walk on its flame trail. The Flamewalker Staff. Apparently, the great mobility, the damage output, and the iframes that this weapon has are way too powerful. Hell, I didn't even know it had invincibility frames. So because of that, the impact damage has been reduced to give other weapons better chances to fight back. All Frost Staffs. The duration of Frostbite has been increased to give users a slightly longer window to aim and line up a stun. The Pole Hammer. This is a big change. Pole Hammer has a bit of an identity crisis right now, and it doesn't have a very defined role. So the range of the Groundbreaker ability has been increased significantly, from 16 meters to a whole 20 meters, allowing Pole Hammer players to safely stun enemies even beyond territory walls. The Forge Hammers. They changed the armor and magic resistance given by the Giant Steps ability to be the exact same amount. Before the patch, these two had different values, because the devs wanted to promote counterplay situations based on that difference, but they realized that the difference was really minor, so they just set both of those stats to be the same amount. The Phantom Twin Blade. Consecutive casts no longer delete existing areas, making it possible to cover more area with the ultimate, but keep in mind, stacking 2 areas does not deal double damage. They also increase the multicast cooldown to 1 second and the multicast time window to 5 seconds. The Rootbound Staff. One of my favorite shapeshifter staffs is getting a change. Lately, it has been a dominant option in highly coordinated 5v5 content, because when you transform, you can burst heal your allies thanks to the healing receipt buff this area gives. But it has been too strong, so they reduced the team HP increase, and on top of that, they removed the 10% higher healing received from the Seedling's Bloom ability and replaced it with 10% max and current health increase. Dude, every time I start enjoying playing a different weapon, they nerf that weapon immediately. Fuck this shit, man. The Steel Gate stuff. They reduced the enemy damage reduction from the Serpent's case ability and added a 70% healing reduction to compensate. And the cherry on top, the cooldown of the Third Shift ability on all shapeshifter staffs has been increased, because it has obviously become the go-to option for the second ability in small scale fights, open world content, and big scale fights, and damn, it's a bad day to be a shapeshifter main. All spears. The Longing Strike has received a similar change to the multi-shot ability on bows. Now it no longer reduces the slow duration for subsequent cast on the same target. The Mistwalker Jacket. The cooldown of the Mist Cloud has been increased to let other armor options take the spotlight. And finally, at the end of this list, there is a huge change for all you Battle Mount players. You guys have been spamming these mounts in almost every situation, and the in-combat movement speed bonus that several of these mounts give is way too overpowered, and they want Battle Mount players to be punished for poor or overly aggressive positioning. So, to balance it out, the devs have provided a bunch of changes to these mounts, and I know you are not reading all that. So, the TLDR is that they are changing two things in those mounts: the health and the movement speed bonus. In most cases, the max health was increased significantly, and the move speed bonus was decreased in every single mount. But there's a couple of battle mounts that got nerfed into the ground, like the Silver Tower Chariot. That mount got its health cut by almost 2000 points, and the move speed bonus was reduced from 40% to 10%. You Chariot players really got screwed with this one, I ain't gonna lie. And to finish this video, there's only one thing left to say. Do you want premium? Well, now you can redeem 7 days of premium by watching me live on Twitch. We Windows! No! Yeah, your boy did it. I got into this program thingy, and now I got premium codes to give away. I have become streamer, the avoider of grass. So join the live stream and redeem the codes with channel points called scraps. Get it? And also, you should join the Discord server. There I'll be hosting some small events where you can also win premium codes. The first event of the server will start this Friday, and you guys will have 2 weeks to send me your best Albion Online clips, and we are gonna watch them together on stream to pick the winners. So what are you waiting for? Follow me on Twitch, like this video, leave a comment telling me about what weapon you think they should balance next. My name is Scrap, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye. Don't you know?